Yep, another one of those videos. And you read the title right. Dandy's World players are nihilistic in regards to the state of the game. In a recent video, I jokingly, in a passive remark, mentioned the numbers of Dandy's World, and people agree. They're in a state of doom, and it's not just on YouTube, it's even on Discord as well. I personally think they have every right to doom or complain, and there's backups to their claims. Good examples of this is the concurrent player count. It's lower than it's ever been before. One other proof that I don't see people talk about is YouTube. YouTube is a good metric for how a game is doing. If you see gameplay videos tank while fandom videos skyrocket, that's a good sign that your game is either fading away or the main game has become stale to people. You've definitely seen this with other games. I'm sure you could pull examples. Now, there's an audience that, for whatever reason, tries to cope or downplay how bad things are right now. They'll say things like, oh, the game is lower because of school. We know that's not true. Dandy's World during August 2024, leading up to May 2025, saw great numbers despite it being the time for school. I mean, this is so easy to disprove. All it takes is to simply pull up numbers. Take a look at that concurrent player count during school. And then we headed to summer. Summer! When everyone is supposed to be online the most. Yet, we saw record numbers in concurrent players drop to similar levels from September of last year. And keep in mind, this is September when the game was starting to pick up steam. Another cope that I hear is, well, 80k players is good. They said this a month ago. We're at 50k range now. It's not impossible for Dandy's World to turn into Bed Wars or even Dead Rails. I'm sure fans in those games said the exact same things, and now look where they're at. This is not a healthy way to tackle a problem. I think this argument comes from fear of criticizing their precious game. Thank goodness we're not like that, right? I think I established the counter arguments well, so let's talk about why the game is falling off, or as people say, quote unquote, dying. It's simple. I promise you, it's not complicated. It's not something that needs to be studied. Here are 4 reasons. Reason 1, the game lacks content. Updates aren't what they used to be. Now, I don't want to commit a McNamara fallacy, which only takes in numbers, as I don't know or understand the background behind the team, but that's really all I have to work with. So let me bring you back to July 12th, 2024. We got 4 new Toons: Shelly, Tegan, Flutter, and Tisha, along with their counterparts, 4 new Twisteds. And with them came 4 new Trinkets, 2 extra Trinkets in the shop, 4 rooms, 2 new Rainbow rooms, 1 new Warehouse room, and the Astro-themed room. Then there's the tiny yet major gameplay change, which was the yellow skill check. This yellow mark changed the game forever. But hold on, we're not done yet. New gameplay mechanics, debuffs, such as slow, tired, and confused. We even got duplicate cards. That's a big game changer. Now, of course, there's issues with the viability on some of the Toons as well as the Trinkets, but that's still an absurd amount of content. Compare this current July of 2025, just 2 months ago. Matchmaking. Man. This would have been great to have, and I would argue it's either equal or even better than the yellow skill check. We didn't get it. We still don't have it. 3 new early game levels, one of them being a new map, while the other 2 are optimizations. We got a skin Game Pass. Cool, I guess. Tegan and V got buffs. Very nice. Should have been in the change logs, but whatever. Oh, hey! 1 new trinket. To find research capsules. I guess we can include other optimizations for characters, but again, that's more so for change logs. Not really a main spectacle, but this game does it for some reason. You can certainly see the quality of updates drop, or they simply don't hit as hard. Reason 2, Dandy's World is so far behind on quality of life. It's insane to me how these Dandy's World adjacent games are far ahead of them than the original one. If you want to see an example of a game that is so far ahead in quality of life, look no further than Anchored. Everything that Danny's World needs is in that game. Stickers were first introduced in this game. 3 trinket slots, global elevators, saved runs, quick play, modifiers, bosses. They were first introduced and now they currently have 2 in the game. And so on and so forth. The list will forever grow. Hell, their current idea is to make map generations. Think of it as infinite variety maps, like insane level stuff. And it really does not help that this game is made by one dude, while Blush Crunch has a full team. Reason 3, the game lacks endgame. This could be for a variety of reasons. There's nothing left to grind for. There's no other game modes. There's no equal yet different variety and work to progress the floors. These are a few I could come up with. I'm sure you could think of others. Reason 4, the game itself. Let me explain. How do you get to new floors? Well, you extract machines. You complete an X amount of machines and then the elevator opens and you progress to the next floor. This is the only way, by the way. Automatically, the game places certain tunes and trinkets as more viable than the others because it's all about extraction. It's kind of why you feel a difference when extracting with a tune that isn't built for it. Same goes for when you use trinkets that don't help with that extraction endeavor. It's the exact reason why you see these hyper-specific runs that require the usual suspect tunes along with the usual meta trinkets. Believe it or not, despite me hating distracting, if it wasn't for the Danny's World players finding out or creating this new class, even the speedy tunes would be considered useless, making the roster of viable tunes worse. Of course, there's still certain distractors that are better than the rest, so even in this, you see the game prioritize certain speed tunes. That finally brings us to my thoughts on the update. It's going to be a small one because according to them, they need to prepare for Halloween. I swear this had better be worth it, because if it's the same event, I'm going to lose it. So, starting off, a new machine. This is the thing that will make or break the update. This is really the only thing they need to get right. And as stated before, the game lacks variety on reaching new floors. You can't mess this up. Either make it a treadmill that works with movement speed and stamina. That way, your roster of usable tunes opens up. Characters that have high movement speed or stamina but aren't befitting for distracting. Or make minigame panels, kind of like what you see in Anchored or Depth Spelunking. The reason why this would be good is to help out the more so mild tunes. Tunes who don't have crazy stats that go one way or the other. Balancing type characters, essentially. Issues with them is that they cannot perform the extremities well enough once you start getting crazy twisted or a buttload of machines. This serves to mitigate that and can help expand your roster on who to use. They could also make a machine where multiple people can work on. This I'll consider mild, but definitely passable. Here's what they cannot do. Please do not make it another variety skill check. It does not change the game overall. You're going to be stuck using the same tunes and the same trinkets. I better not see a fucking triangle or square skill check. If that happens, this update is worthless. And it also indicates to me that the future of the game is not bright at all. Now, the next few things I'm going to talk about aren't really important or eye-catching. Roleplay mode additions. Listen, I know I said you needed to update roleplay, but I was kind of expecting this to be low on the priority list, and I'm almost positive I used it as an example of how bad things are going, but that's besides the point. I'm telling you right now, I could care less for roleplay additions. I'll make a video on it, but that's as far as it goes. This doesn't add anything to the main game, and it's really only made for those people who play around in the lobby instead of the actual game. Last, but certainly least, Astro and Shelly optimization. Like, dude, they need to stop promoting this as a main thing to be excited about. Again, this is meant for changelogs, not the main event. It's not even a revamp. Shelly and Astro are going to be the same. This is why I said the only thing that matters is this new machine. Everything else is worthless filler. Also, do keep in mind that they usually don't reveal everything, So there could be more, but I can't help but feel that for this update, that's just going to be it. And the justification is that they're going all in on Halloween, which I will make a video on in the future. One other thing, please, before you release Halloween, there had better be an insane level of gameplay changes, because you're going to be attracting old and new players. Give them a reason to stay. That's all. And with that, I'm going to be calling it here. Goodbye. Goodbye.